Hi guys, it's Nancy, and one of the things that you guys asked me to do was to try out the Betterpress plates on the Go Press and Foil. So that is going to be today's video. We're going to try to foil them and letterpress them on the Go Press and Foil. I know a lot of you guys are in Europe, in countries where it's not so easy to get some supplies. I do like the ease of use of the Betterpress. And I think, again, just like there's, improvements to so many things, this system is really designed to be an all-encompassing system where, you have the specific plates, and then you have the stamping plates or the letterpress plates, you have the ink, you have the paper. So it's designed to be all-encompassing and make it easy. Can you do these things without this? Absolutely. And I have shown other videos. I understand a lot of people don't have a lot of space. You don't have a budget to buy certain things. So we always want to try to show you to use what you have. And a lot of you have commented, hey, I have the Go Press and Foil machine, and when it came out, they made a big deal about it being able to foil and letterpress. So we're going to try that out. And then, if it saves you a couple dollars and it works great, and then all you have to do really is just buy the letterpress plates. Now, this is the brand new Betterpress of the month. These are going to be limited edition plates. You can foil and letterpress with these, so they're dual purpose, which is great. And you can sign up. I'll have the links down below for you guys for Spellbinders. Now, once they sell out, they sell out. If you are a club member currently, you can sign up. If you are not a current club member, you don't get anything else from Spellbinders. Then you have to wait until the 6th. But this is the July Betterpress of the month, and we are going to try foiling it and letterpressing it in the Go Press and Foil machine, okay? So the Go Press and Foil machine is designed to be a hot foil machine, similar to the Spellbinders Glimmer, similar to the Gemini Foil Press. It works in most die cutting systems. It does not work in the Gemini or the Gemini Junior die cutting system. So I'm going to be using it with my Platinum. I have used it with my Big Kick as well. So if you have a Sizzix machine, it should work. But we're going to try that. So I have it warming up. And inside here, I have shims because I always need paper shims. And then I have my little foiling friend cut out so that everything is straight and I can feel it starting to warm up. So I'm going to put my plate in there. If you don't have a foiling friend, you can go on Etsy and download that from JoJo Papers. That was made by my friend T to help us all foil a little straighter. And I'm going to be using Crafty Critta Hot Foil for this one today. And this is called Red Blast, and it has some red sparkles in it. It's very pretty. And I'll be using hammer mill paper to foil it, and normally I need 2 shims, so I'll be putting 2 heavyweight paper shims over top of that. And we're just going to let that warm up. And how I know it's warmed up is this will turn green when it's ready to go. So when you plug it in, it's a solid red light. You hit that, it will start blinking. And when it's ready, it will turn green. A great thing about the Go Press and Foil is this is all hinged. So I don't have to tape my plates together. It's all hinged. And there's suction cup feet on the bottom, so it's stuck onto my glass mat pretty nicely. And then after we do that, it's so stuck it doesn't want to move. After that has turned green, I will bring that back on with the Platinum. So I'm going to pause the video so you guys don't have to wait. It does take a few minutes to warm up since I just plugged it in. Once it's hot, it's pretty quick. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, my light just turned green. All right, for the second part of this, we're going to try the letterpress, and we're not going to use any heat. What I am going to do is still continue to use the Betterpress paper and inks. So these are letterpress papers. They are high quality soft cotton papers. So this is 118 pounds. This comes in A2 size already. And I just want to give this a second to cool down because the heat on there, I don't want to put any ink on there yet. But let's see how our foiling did. And again, this was using hammer mill paper. Did pretty good. And now this always happens to me when I don't have enough shims. So we're going to do it again. Let me plug this back in so it stays hot. I'm going to add one more shim. So it's usually 2 to 3 shims. I'm assuming because this is a little thinner, we're going to need that third shim. So that's okay. I already have 2 shims here. So I'm going to grab one of my extra shims. These are, you can see I use them over and over again. They've all been foiled on. Okay, that one looks pretty good. So we're going to do 3 shims. So while that is warming up, we're waiting for it to turn green. Another piece of hammer mill. And let me cut another piece of foil. What's nice about the Crafty Critta foil is the rolls are a little extra long. So where a normal one, I would have to roll this out longer. Because this is wider, I don't have to use as much foil. So thank you, Crafty Critta, for making wider rolls of foil. I appreciate that. If you haven't ordered from Crafty Critta, they're a company out of Australia. They are amazing. Great customer service, great products. They have hot foil and toner foil. And we have a discount code. The discount code is FSC05. So it's FSC, it stands for Foiling Snobs Club. FSC05 will give you a 5% discount over at Crafty Critta. That's C-R-I-T-T-A. CraftyCritta.com. All right, let's see here. We are on green for go. So again, I'm going to put my, oh, that's warm now, foil face down. I'm going to use my hammer mill paper. And I'm just kind of feeling to see. Okay. And now I'm going to use 3 shims. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Hopefully that was hot enough and enough pressure that time. Well, I think we have enough pressure now. Whether it was hot enough, that way wait and see, because I did let it cool down. Much better. Okay, still a little underfoiling. I think I just didn't let it heat up enough, but as far as foiling in the GoPress, it definitely works. I think I probably should have let it heat up a little longer, but 3 shims seems to be correct. So yes, you can foil with it. I would let it heat up a little bit longer. I want to move on to the letterpress part of this, so I'm not going to foil it again. We know it works. So I'm going to turn off my foil machine and move that to the side. Okay, so you can see here, first time I didn't have enough shims. Second time I had enough shims, but I don't think I let it heat up enough. So you can foil with these. Practice with your paper, your shims, your die cutting machines, and letting it heat up. I do recommend a super smooth paper when you are foiling. I do not recommend using the Betterpress paper when you are foiling. Okay, which comes down to what we are here for, which is to try to do letterpress. Now, normally I would stick a piece of sticky grid on here to hold my paper, but because this machine is being used for foil, we're only going to temporarily tack our paper So I'm going to use some of the Spellbinders tape. Use any kind of washi tape, whatever you have. And instead of taping it in the corners, because this is pretty much covering that whole A2 size, I'm just going to put a tack of tape on the back. And what I'm going to do is line this up to where I want it. Put my piece of tape in the back, just like that. Close the lid, and then pick up my tape. Now remember, this is a no heat, or pick up my paper. This is a no heat method, okay? And then I put my Betterpress inks in this little Tim Holtz archival tin. Someone did ask me if I had archival inks. I did find some older ones that I have. I have not tried these. Honestly, I think I probably need to get some re-inkers for these, but I will try them on another video, not on this video today. And then I think for this one, I think we'll do mulberry. And I've already shown that you can use any inks that you have. You might have a little bit of feathering with some other inks. The Betterpress inks are very detailed. I will say that the formulation of these is a little different than some of the other inks. I've noticed that this ink is very crisp, very detailed. The other inks do work, but there might be some slight feathering or bleeding with them. So just be aware of that. And some of you guys were looking for some tweezers. These are the Betterpress tweezers, but there are the Gemini foil press tweezers out there, and I have linked. They are at Ellen Hudson, so I'll link that for you guys below as well. Hey, here's another advantage to the foiling friend, is it absorbs some of that ink. Okay, so all we're going to do here, is put our paper on. Okay, I don't have any shims on here. Whoopsie. We'll see how this does without shims. I might need shims. Maybe I'll put my shims on top. I'm going to put 2 shims on top because I just know at my machine it's super thin. So I'm just going to do this since I forgot my shims. I don't have to worry about anything moving around because it's in place pretty good. And I'm just going to run this through and just put my 2 paper shims on top. And we'll see how that does. There we go. And nice and slow, no heat needed, just using the top portion of your Go Press and foil. Run it through your die cutting machine. And I also mentioned you can use soft cotton paper, mulberry paper, handmade paper, watercolor paper. Try those. Oh, it worked great. Let me pull that off of there. Look at that. So I got the inking, I got the impression. I think having the shims for me helped, but again, you have to know your machine, your die cutting machines. And I know I always need shims with my die cutting machine. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to clean this up. I'm just using Hero Arts Ultra Clean, my stamp cleaner. Oops, definitely did stain. Rip my paper a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try the regular archival ink for you guys. Making sure I don't have too much ink on my fingers. Okay, so another piece of the Betterpress paper. And I'm going to go in with the dark purple, Majestic Violet. Before I do that, let's make sure this is lined up. There's probably still ink on there because I did not do a very good job at cleaning it up. Yeah, there's a little bit of ink, but that's okay. So this is regular archival ink. One of you guys asked me to try it, so that's what we're doing. All this ink is manufactured by Ranger. I will say the archival ink does smell different. Betterpress ink doesn't really smell. All right. I hope I have that inked up well. I'm going to try that again. I'm going to try it with no shims. We'll see how it does with no shims. Because I have that paper taped in place. Yeah, there's not enough pressure there. I don't think that's going to leave a good impression. It's just too easy. I think I'm going to need to add my shims in, and that's what I always have to do with this particular machine is add shims, whether I'm foiling. Okay, so it did give the impression. It doesn't look bad, but it's not letterpressed. It's not like pressed in. So I'm going to try. Hopefully I didn't move anything. I'm going to try it again, but I'm going to add my shims on there. I know, after the fact. All right, that definitely gave me a better impression. It's much darker. It's pressed in. So here is the first one. Here is the second one. I think because I pushed this through twice, this one came out better because I ran it the first time without a shim. And then the second time with the shims, that the impression is much deeper on this one. And you can feel that. I know it's hard to see, but you can definitely feel that. So yes, the question was, can I use these plates in the Go Press and Foil and letterpress them? You absolutely can. Can you foil with them? You absolutely can. Again, you'll want to work on your shims. This wasn't the real focus of my video. The focus of the video was doing the letterpress part. So you can do that. So if you just want to sign up for the Betterpress of the month and just get the plates, you can definitely do that. This is a 2-piece plate set. So you get the frame and the sentiment. They're separate from each other. But you can sign up for this and get it every month. It's a good value because these are selling for like $30, $35 each. So definitely check it out. It's Spellbinders. I'll put the link down below for you. There's a US link and a UK link for you guys. And if you have any questions, post them down below. But yes, I would say if you are interested in doing the letterpress and doing foiling with the Go Press and Foil without buying the Betterpress, you certainly can do that. Check out the previous videos that I did for you guys. And if there's anything you want me to try, put it down in comments and I will certainly do that for you. Thanks for watching, guys. If you learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Clicking the little butterfly in the corner here. I am almost to 30,000 and I will do a giveaway when I get there. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.